Hi guys, and welcome to the RGL Forza Motorsport Championships. This is Season 2 for 2012. We have a new one with the Mazda Masters replacing the RS200s. Round 1, Race 1, and there is only going to be one race per round for both this series and the V8 Supercars for the end of this year. Go with a different format. So we have the 2007 Mazda MX-5 Roadster Coupe hitting the track for the new support series, and on Sukuba full circuit, 2.05 kilometers of track ahead, and doing slightly longer races as well. This one will be a 12 lapper, and we have the reigning champion or defending champion now in Alsimo kicking off his season with a pole position. It was a lot closer at the towards the end of qualifying, but he actually smashed it out of the water on his last lap, getting a 108. And we also welcome Twisty Corners, and you watching for Australian Precision Racing Team newcomers to the championships. So I'll be really looking forward to seeing what these guys can bring to the table. And also just following up at the back end of the field is Zulu DedX and Ollie 9394. Ollie was unable to qualify, so scratch time and starting from the rear of the grid. So let's get this one underway. First race of the season, plenty of points up for grabs. It's going to be absolutely crucial they get off to a good start. Alsimo has made a pretty fine one there, as mentioned, 12 laps ahead, and actually Twisty Corners suffered a little bit of a bad start here, but he's got the inside run. And Catters, formerly known as Eli, although he still sports Eli on his car, coming in second, and they head into the hairpin, and all pretty clean there. Someone looking to make an inside move there might have been Blogsy on you watching, and also just another change there with Champion Motorsport was the name for Pistol Fit and Alsimo's team, but they are now Nerd Racing. And Eli, or Catters, has actually moved over to Screwdrivers Racing with Scavenger, and DedX has gone from HD Motorsport to Dead Last Racing, so we'll see whether he can live up to that. And just coming around the big sweeping bend here, Eli just got it a little bit sliding there, followed very closely by his partner in crime, Scavenger. So Screwdriver Racing showing very prominently in the first stages of the race, and Alsimo not really getting too much of a break. He's got a little bit of a gap, but nothing massive, and Scavenger there with the fastest lap so far, so that'll be why he's all over the back of his teammate. And Twisty Corners currently in 4th at the moment, so a very good start to his debut season at the RGL Forza Championships. These guys, both him and you watching, are also involved in one of their own series, so they've got plenty of experience behind them and expect them to do pretty well in this series. So now Alsimo's starting to get a little bit of a gap. Generally the field just a bit of a breakaway pack here, the first 6 or so, then there's a gap back to the next lot, but generally the field's staying pretty close at the moment, so these cars are very even. The only available tuning is the tyre pressures on the cars, so there's not much the drivers can work. So really looking at pure driving skill here. Eskimo on the inside here, and looks like Pistol Fit might try and make a move here and capitalise. 3 wide going across the start-finish line. Twisty Corners getting left out there. Just trying to give some room to Eskimo, which was really great clean racing. This isn't over yet though. Twisty looking for the inside move. Pistol Fit's managed to get up both of them there, so he's moved up a couple of spots, and Twisty just falling back a little bit after that, so getting a bit of room. He had to go wide, and it gave the opportunity to Pistol Fit to cut in on the inside there, so some pretty intense moves and keeping it all clean, so that's great to see. Blogsy just in between the APRT boys at the moment. And Eskimo on the prowl here for Pistol Fit as well, so he's really pushing hard. And Twisty Corners all over the back of Eskimo, so they're still tight in amongst those 3 guys. Bit of a pack developing, and I think Pistol Fit might be peeling off to the pit lane there. He's gone to the inside. Yep, he's in the pit lane. So that'll free up Eskimo a little bit as he was catching him there. Oh, and just over to the side there, I think we've just seen Scavenger make a bit of a meal of his entry into the pit lane. Clip the wall. And we now have Catters getting very close to a 108 there, so that's very fast. And look at that, he is all over the back of Alsimo, so a lot of pressure going on here. We'll just jump into these front two guys here. So Catters just put a blinding lap in, and the pressure is all on Alsimo, so Catters doing very well at the moment with the Mazdas. Just trying to find a way past. We'll have a look at the 9394 Studio leaderboard, and as you can see, first and second haven't changed yet. Eskimo has moved up a couple of spots. Twisty down one, and Blogsy moving up. That'll be thanks to a few pit stops, I dare say, but he's so far putting in some pretty clean fast laps at the moment, very consistent times. And Ollie and DeadX move up as well, so at the moment it looks like Pistol Fit, You Watching, and I dare say Zulu have all pitted, and there'll be one more Scavenger as well that's also pitted. So Scavenger's down a fair few spots, but that'll change once we get the field cleansed. And these guys still racing at it, very close. Oh, very wide there. I think that might have been Blogsy by the look of it. The Start Your Bastard Racing team, their vehicles, the livery there, at a glance have got some similarities to the Movie Madness RS200s with the green and the black white sort of thing. So just going through the Dunlop Bridge, and Twisty and Eskimo just pulling away now from Blogsy, and starting to get a bit of separation amongst the field here. Lap 5 of 12, so we're almost approaching halfway mark of the race. And as mentioned, these guys from APRT just settling in with this series and getting used to racing against a whole different set of drivers. So I dare say as we progress the season, you'll find these guys probably consistently up there at the top. And a fastest lap now goes to Alsimo. And now we're just on board with our defending champion in Alsimo for Nerd Racing, and we'll just go for a spin around Sukuba full circuit with the Mazda MX-5 Roadster Coupe. Enjoy. So yeah, just with that's a very very clean lap as you'd expect from the defending champion. Very smooth gear changes, and the trick with these cars is just to be watching that you don't really bog those wheels in and lose traction. You can lose quite a lot of time with them, but they're a very easy to drive car. Point them in the direction you want to go, and they generally behave very well. Very good handling. Obviously a lot easier to deal with than the RS200s with the extra power that you have with those and the all-wheel drive. So you can see Scavenger here just about to close in on You Watching and Pistol Fit by the look of it, yet he's pitted. All three have actually pitted, so Scavenger must have lost a fair chunk of time there in that little mishap at the entry to the pit lane. And Alsimo just flying along now. He's got a bit of a gap here on the other guys, but Catters still needs to Catters has pitted, so Alsimo, once he does pit and find the gap isn't so large, back to the next place. But that said, Alsimo has been putting in some very quick laps as well. But just watch out for Blogsy360, because he's been putting in some very consistent, very fast laps. So I think he started off in 7th or 8th, and he'll probably find himself gaining a few spots over the course of the race. And Twisty Corners just not letting go of Eskimo here. These guys have been neck and neck most of the way through this race. Currently on lap 9 of 12. We'll just check how the leaderboard shapes up at the moment. So at the moment, Alsimo and Twisty Corners have remained in the position they started in. Eskimo up 3, yet to pit, and Blogsy as well up 4 at the moment. He's still got a pit, so he may fall down maybe 1 or 2 spots depending on how well his lap times have gone. And at the moment, Ollie as well yet to pit before we can see how this field really shapes up. So yeah, Scavenger there, you can see he's really lost a chunk of time at the moment from that. And just on board now with Eli or Catters for Screwdrivers Racing. And someone's just gone out wide there, very wide. Can't really tell who that might be at the moment. Look at that car. And a bit of bumping going on there between your watching and Pistol Fit. And your watching's just sort of made sure he hasn't capitalised on that and stayed in his position, which is really good. But this is all playing into the hands of Scavenger here. We've got 2 laps left, and this is just heating up here. You're watching, looking for an inside move, locking the brakes up a bit, but I think he's made it stick there. Now Scavenger's going to look to see whether he can make anything of this. And Pistol Fit's actually got a decent run on your watching here down the straight, but your watching does have the inside line. Can Pistol Fit get around the outside? No, he's staying out. Whoa, you're watching, very, very slippery there. And this is all bunching up. This has made a very, very great opportunity here for Scavenger down the front. We've got another 3 wide going into the first turn. And Pistol Fit going wide there, trying to stay out of trouble here. And Scavenger has just made some places, so they've all swapped around a little bit, but Pistol Fit's not done just yet. And looks like you're watching might have him here, so some really fantastic racing. And they look to be settled for the moment, with Scavenger just managing to jump ahead of both of them, and Pistol Fit, oh, a bit loose. Had a big moment there, just hitting that synthetic turf on the exit there under the Dunlop Bridge. Back on board with our race leader, who has pitted. And there you can see Eli not too far behind, so Alsimo hasn't really broken away massively. But he still has a pretty comfortable lead going into the last lap and a bit of the first race. And Eli coming out ahead of Eskimo. Eskimo, has he got twisty corners? I can't really tell, just missed that there. And a little glimpse, yep, twisty corners right in the back of Eskimo. All going in for an inside dive there on the SYB driver, and they're sort of slowed down a bit, so there must have been a bit of contact there. Hopefully they're all sorted. Doesn't look like anyone's been spun out or anything, so that's good. So heading into the final stages of this race, and obviously we've still got a few packs with some really close racing that we've seen, and at the moment Alsimo still far beyond some of the other drivers here, and really bringing home a solid performance without any mistakes. He'll notch up yet another win. And just on board now with you watching, I believe, in between Pistol Fit there and Scavenger ahead. And they're just about to come around to commence their final lap. And you're watching, has got a bit of a run here on Scavenger. He's got the momentum. Scavenger moving across to defend into the first turn, and you watch him might look for a bit of a crisscross, and he can't really get his car in there. If he had he probably would have spun Scavenger around. So Scavenger just hanging on for dear life at the moment through first turn, heading into the hairpin. Looks to be back under control now. So still some really intense battles going on here, and Alsimo just ahead of Catters, Eli. They're about to finish up 1-2 as they approach the final turns. This is a great start to Alsimo's defence of his title, and see whether he can keep that number 1 on his car. He just got that little number 33, just as a reminder of his original number. But the defending champion has come out and defeated all opponents, including two of the newer guys from APRT. There was some interest to see just what they might bring to the table. But so far, a very solid performance and a solid start for Alsimo, and also to Catters for coming second. And we'll have a look at these race results. And these ones actually include the penalties. So Alsimo's on 155 points with 5 points awarded to him for his pole position, and Catters losing 10 points for his infringements on the pit lane, along with Eskimo Sammy Joe and Scavenger. So those are the points at the end of the race, and also the points so far for the series. Again, because we're not running a second race with the reverse grid, there's going to be a lot less points on offer, and it means that the drivers are going to have to be really on their A game as they approach each round. Thank you very much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you at the second round in a few weeks' time, and continue the Mazda Masters series. It's been a great start, and thank you very much for watching.